Alright, so we back. Another episode on Unwind Your Mind. My co-host, unfortunately, was unable to make it.
Fortunately for me.
I mean, you were going to be in the episode anyway.
Yeah, but, you know. I miss you, soul.
It be your own people. But yeah, so we got the boy Staccato's here.
It's your boy, Angel Guzman, a.k.a. Staccato, a.k.a. Tony Stark. You know what it is, man. We back. We here.
And
how do you start this, bro? How do you usually do these?
Like this.
Just straight up?
Yeah.
You don't start with a fact of the day?
No.
Can I give a fact of the day?
No, keep your nuts to yourself.
No, that's a different one.
No.
Did you know?
Nope. So anyway. You can tell me, you know, even though I kind of know, you know, just what you've been up to and shit like that.
Yeah.
But fill me in. Like, what's been, dance-wise, what's been going on?
Man, well, just this past weekend, did a 3v3 freestyle for Furious Style Crew anniversary. That was pretty fire.
Where was that at?
That was out in Phoenix, Arizona. But that auditorium was fire. Like, we did a few battles that were like in auditoriums, like on stages and stuff. But like that venue was like, it was as if it was the show was being sold out. Like you had to go to the box office to get a ticket to get in, and it was sold out seats. Like it was full, and it was an all day thing. I mean, I was tired as hell, but it was pretty dope. It was a nice way they set it up. I liked it a lot. Got to dance with the homies. Shout out to Smurf and Alvin. Appreciate y'all.
And y'all won that, right? Congratulations.
Sure,
Congratulations.
Took that dub, you know what I'm saying?
You was looking for the trophy?
I thought I had it here. I was about to put it up like, yeah.
I'm dead. That's fire. So went out to Arizona, won that. That was this past weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, I will say though, like, even before that, we're going to get right into it because this annoys me a lot. I actually wanted to talk about this in my story, but I didn't get to yet. Mm-hmm. I actually made it and then I deleted it.
You don't have to project your voice. Like the mic will pick it up.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So we could just talk like if we were just sitting here talking.
Regular.
Yeah.
So the weekend before that in Boston, I did World of Dance, won that too. But like going first. So like I have mixed feelings about whenever you go like going first because I'll admit like sometimes I don't want to go first, but mainly it's because I don't like the song.
All right, so let's provide a little bit of context for somebody who may not be in the community.
Okay.
Or whatever. Whenever you say going first.
Right. Okay. So battling.
Okay.
In a battle, somebody has to go first. Eventually, otherwise we can't get the show on the road.
Right.
And usually it's just like a staring contest where both people are looking at each other like, oh, you go, yo, you go. And then somebody ends up spinning a hat or a bottle, and then that, you know, decides who goes first.
You're right.
But it's such a waste of time and annoying. And I think it's lame, especially if it's an event in your home city. And if it's an open styles aspect and it's a song that's maybe like your style or like yo shit. Mm-hmm. And you still don't go first, and I'm like, you're kind of lame. That's like an L for you. And if you lose after not going first, that's a double L.
So what is like? What do you feel like are the rules around that? Like, under what circumstances is it acceptable to wait and not go first? Is it deemed necessary that you should just go first?
I think if the song has been planned, because I understand, like, I won't go first if maybe there's a lot of build-up. Like, a song will have a long intro. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to start dancing to this long intro that has nothing going on yet. I'm
right.
But if the song's planned and it's a pretty good song that either of us could dance to, you know what I mean? And, like, if someone won't go first, like, I'll happily go. But just know, in the back of my head, you're lame. Like, for not going.
Okay.
It's like an unspoken rule. I don't know. I feel like as a courtesy, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, if it's like if I invite you to hang out with me, right? I'm like, yo, let's go to some dinner.
Okay.
And you didn't have plans to hang out with me. I was like, yo, come eat with me. Just get some ice cream. I'm a cop your ice cream because I invited you. You know what I mean?
Nah.
that's just how.
I mean, I feel you from like a dating perspective. You know, if I ask somebody out, like, hey, would you like to go get some ice cream, or would you like to come with me to get some ice cream, or, you know, would you like to go out to dinner with me? You know, but even then, that's a whole separate thing. But like,
it's like an unspoken rule. Like everyone was raised differently, obviously, but like, it's like it's more commonly known that's like whoever invites should pay.
Okay.
You know
but keeping it
in dance,
right?
I feel like if you're in your home city and you know this person's not from here, and they don't even have their peoples behind them, like you have your whole crew behind you, because there's always your homies that come up and like, yeah, my boy made it top 16.
Okay.
They're like behind you, hyping you up, and the song goes on, and you're just looking at them like, go, why don't you just go? And then it's like, no, you go. You got the whole support. You got the whole scene behind you. This is your city.
What if you're not really fucking with the song? What if, you know what I'm saying? Like, so off the rip, because it's your hometown, like, you should go first.
I think 80% of the time, yes.
What's the other 20%?
If the song's really trash. That's another thing, too. I think if the song's trash, you shouldn't have to dance at all. I think we should make it common that if the song is garbage, neither dancer should go.
So
until the DJ changes it.
I agree. 1,000%. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being devil's advocate right now, but I agree. Like, a vast majority of the time, you know what I'm saying, you should just go first, especially if it's your hometown. And even if not, like, I think all that aside, like the location, who's from where, because we're all here for a competition. You signed up to win. You know, obviously people are entering this because they would like to win, regardless. And I said this before, regardless of what anybody says, like, you're not signing up to lose.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So you're signing up to win, and if you're here to win, stop wasting time and just do what you got to do. Like, you're gonna have to go anyway. Now, as far as the music thing, Jesus Christ, hold on.
Did the battery dead?
Nah, it's just the way the stand is. I think something down here is
loose.
it up. Yeah. But as far as, like I was saying, as far as the music goes, who determines that? Like, what's the determining factor? And it's, I mean, it's like with anything, with dance, all these arts, all this shit is subjective. It's
right.
You're subject to an opinion. What determines if the song is not good enough?
I don't know. But what I do know is if you want a good DJ, hire my man Sweetface here. But secondly, Rule the Dance in Orlando.
Okay.
I battled Robo in the semis.
Yeah.
You were judging.
I was there, yes. I was judging.
Oh, you were there, so you remember this, bro. The freaking, I forgot who it was that was DJing.
It was Styles.
Yeah, bro. He played a track, and it was like, I don't know what, it was like robots farting. I don't know what the sound was. I don't know what the track was, but like me and Robo looked at each other, and we just knew. I was like, you're not fucking with us either, are you? He was like, hell nah. And then we looked at him, and we're like, yeah, can you go ahead and change this? Like, we didn't go for like the first minute, and he was just playing the song. And what's crazy is that he really thought that like he was playing a banger. But like, I feel like it's a vibe thing, you know what I mean? You can kind of read the room. Like, I feel like as a DJ, part of that job as being a DJ is being able to read the room.
Okay, so I've also heard that, and not to say like I don't know as a DJ, you know, what my job should be, but I've also heard people say that it's the job of a DJ to essentially challenge the dancers, especially and more specifically in like an open style setting where you have different genres, this, that, and the third.
Do you believe that? Do you believe it's the job of the DJ to challenge the dancers?
I believe it's our job to play music that isn't necessarily the same shit that everybody knows and hears all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And that provides an environment to be challenged in the freestyle aspect, as opposed to like memory purposes. Like how well have you memorized this vast library of music that people have gotten on SoundCloud enough to, whenever you hear it come on, hit every beat and create moments because you know a certain part is coming up.
Right. That reads.
So I'm like very in between, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't feel like it's necessarily my job to go out of my way and make sure it's challenging for the dancer, but also I want to play something that's not going to be, oh, I know this song, I'm about to go crazy.
Right.
You know, I feel like it should be like, oh, what is this? You know, like that was a little bit of a challenge because I didn't really know the song. Like it was fire, but, or maybe it wasn't your particular taste, but you know, it was something that was new, and you know, you have to improvise on the spot. You have to freestyle on the spot off the top of your head, as opposed to, you know, having these prearranged ideas to a song, and I don't even mean like sets, you know, because even, and that's like a whole other topic, but even having sets and applying it to a song that you don't really know, and learning the cadences and the patterns in the moment to make sure that your set that has been built a completely different way fits the cadences and the patterns of the music that's being played now.
Yeah,
it's still a whole different skill set. You know what I'm saying? It's still a type of freestyling, you know. So I do think, in a sense, it is the DJ's job to challenge the dancers in not playing the same old shit that you always hear. Even whenever you watch like breaking battles and you see DJs that are capable, real turntablists, scratching and cutting up the track and looping certain parts, and then whenever b-boys be catching that, it be like, yo, you know, because you start to learn the patterns of the DJ as opposed to the music. So you may not even know the song, but you may know, like, sometimes they cut it up, they have these certain patterns.
Right. You can anticipate the rhythm of the scratching based off of like just knowing the genre, knowing the art of DJing, or just being around that
particular person as well.
Yeah.
And knowing like they have these habits and shit, and that could still fall in line with like learning a song, but there's still that element of surprise and not really knowing. That is like, if you catch it, you catch it. You might have a moment, even if it was an accident, like it happened and it was just one of those quote unquote divine timing.
Yeah, I definitely give more grace in like the open styles realm, because I feel like just as open styles is challenging for dancers as far in judging, like, oh, comparing two different styles, yada yada, the constant like disagreements and struggles with open style battles, I feel like also applies to DJs whenever it comes to music selection, because it's like, okay, what do I play? You know what I mean? What I will say though is going back to what you were saying, that's why I really enjoy dancing to live music, which was actually happening at Furious Styles Crew Anniversary. They had these two drummers. There was a guy who was playing on the set, and then a guy who was playing like just like Latin percussion instruments.
Yeah.
And he's playing for the B-boy battles, but he played for the open styles battles too. And it was dope. Like, it was a mix of like the actual DJ playing whatever track he played, and then but you had the drummers still playing to that track, and it was dope. It definitely added another element. I found myself like catching like what the drummers were playing. I was like, oh yeah, I like this. Like, that shit is fire. I think that should be more of a common thing too. I think we should really start incorporating like more live music within events somehow. That'd be dope.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. And I mean, with anything in events, all that shit costs money. You know what I'm saying? Hiring a band and different people or musicians, all that costs money. So it's like,
for sure,
we want these things, but
shit ain't cheap. You know
yeah, who's paying for it? So Furious Styles, World of Dance.
Yeah. Other than all that, those events were cool. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed my time. The past couple weeks, I've really been finding myself enjoying dance when competing, like really just having a good time. Even in Boston, I was by myself. I didn't really have friends out there. I was having a great time entertaining people in Arizona. You know what I mean? I only know Alvin and Smurf like that.
Right.
But I made some new friends along the way, which was pretty cool. I've grown to really appreciate the Phoenix scene, Phoenix, Arizona. Y'all are great people. You have a great community.
Yeah, Phoenix is fire.
Yeah, I really had a
literally
good time.
on fire. It's hot as fuck.
Oh my gosh.
Nah, but also very literally and figuratively on fire. Like y'all have a lot of fire younger people coming up.
Jukebox, shout out to y'all, man.
Yeah, the studio.
Every category, they were in there. It was like 80% of the battles was jukebox.
Yeah.
If you guys want to learn how to just be better dancers, go get some classes in, man. Jukebox they got it.
Yeah, shout out to Ray and Leia.
Ray and Lay, the homies.
Yeah, holding it down. Sure. I think they're coming out to Thesis.
They did. They literally just bought their ticket when I was out
there.
there.
Yeah, it's lit. It's lit. Damn, man. I feel like I kind of want to dive more into it because we flew through it. Just like it's fine. We'll circle back.
Nah.
We'll circle back because
okay.
there's something else that came to mind, and it's one of my topics that I wanted to cover, and it works well because of us coming up in the time that we did and shit like that, and it's call out battles.
Oh, this is a good one.
Yeah. So like call out battles. I guess I'll start with like, how do you feel about them now versus whenever we first were starting? You know, like, do you feel? I'm not gonna lead the question. I'll leave it open, and then we'll kind of pinpoint.
The first thing comes to mind is I think people, they use call outs. They don't understand the true purpose. I guess your call out could be like, it depends on the person. It's subjective, like why you're calling this person out. You know what I mean? It could be like, y'all got some dance beef. You don't agree with like a call that was made. You just think this person's fire. You want to challenge yourself. You know what I mean? I do believe though, like the main difference in the comparison when I call people out is back when I would call people out, because I used to call people out a lot. It would be like a you versus me right now. Let's see who's better. Like, let me see me. Give me like 3-5 rounds right now. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm gonna keep going as long as I can. I'm gonna put out everything I've been working on. I'm trying to compare my skill set. You know what I mean? On some like almost like martial arts shit. Versus like, I feel like now it's like an ego thing. Which, I mean, dancing in general, I feel like all dancers and like you got an ego, but I feel like now it's the purposes between we call outs that people do now. It's just like an ego boost, or they call it an exchange. I actually can't stand that shit.
Whoa, wait, because I gotta call you out on it.
What?
I gotta
exchange?
Because what you just said would qualify as an exchange.
I don't think so.
What you just said was sometimes I call people out, test myself like martial arts.
But it's not an exchange. I'm trying to beat your ass.
Yeah, but that's literally that's semantics. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to challenge myself, because what you would be getting out of it is a challenge for you, and then maybe whatever else you're trying to give them, just some heat, which would qualify as an exchange.
I don't know, but I think the mindset's what makes it different.
So what's the mindset? What's the difference?
Whenever I call someone out as in a sense of like, I'm challenging you to see if like my skills, to show like my skills are better than you, it's more sort of like, I'm trying to show you that like I got the fucking juice right now, and I'm gonna give you the rounds right now, give you the heat, and I'm gonna win. And I'm not looking for you to give me something back. I'm just looking for you to acknowledge and say like,
that's something back.
Nah.
That is something back.
But I'm not taking it.
Yes, you are.
How?
Because you said you're looking for them to acknowledge, which means that you would be receiving the acknowledgement. That's
in that case, you're receiving all the time.
Not necessarily. If I could call somebody out and I'm not looking for them to acknowledge, I'm not looking for anything from them, I'm just showing everyone else I'm cooking your ass, and that's it.
So what do you believe is the difference between an exchange and a battle?
like a call out.
Yeah.
For me, like you said, a lot of the times now people are just kind of like, oh, like let's exchange, and it's under this like faux friendly, hey, I want to give you some round, you give me something, I give you something. And sometimes that is the case, and it can work. I feel like you don't need to call somebody out to do that, though.
Right.
I feel like the intention behind a call out battle is like, I'm calling something out. I'm calling you out for a reason. I'm calling out the fact that you're not as good as you may have said. Maybe this person has said something that you didn't like, or they had an opinion about one of your battles that you didn't like, and now I'm gonna call you out. And the purpose of that is to shut you up. I'm gonna cook you in front of everybody. So now anything else that you say lacks the validity, or it's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, you probably shouldn't be talking. Similarly to like if somebody's talking shit, then I beat your ass, and it's like, yeah, you probably shouldn't keep talking shit because he might come beat your ass again. Right. You know, it's to me was shown almost like a level of embarrassment. Like, you don't have the room to talk in regards to this person.
You're making a statement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have room to talk. And I'm not going to say at all, because losing a call-out battle doesn't make you invalid, your opinions and things invalid. But maybe in regards to this person, you shouldn't talk because they fried your ass up. And maybe also at the same time completely invalidated the points that you were making.
It humbles you.
Yeah.
It makes you kind of rethink, like, yeah, maybe rethink this next time.
Yeah, you know, like maybe I should be careful about the shit that I'm saying so that I don't get embarrassed.
When was the last time you called somebody out?
Me?
Yeah.
Jamheads?
Jamheads? Oh! That was crazy.
Yeah, I think that's
after we lost it. Dante was like, you, right now.
Yeah, I don't.
That was crazy.
I don't think I've called anybody out since then.
Damn.
But then it's like I don't really feel the need to.
Because people know they get fried up. You know what I mean?
Not even that. It's like I don't feel like I have to prove anything.
It's a lot of energy to call somebody out. Not just like the dance wise, but like there's stuff that
the shit that transpires afterwards.
Yeah, it comes with a lot. You know what I mean? I feel like it comes with it could come with a lot of heat or a lot of glorification. I don't even know if that's a word, but it is now. Like the last time I called someone, I was with Tyler and Q
in Chicago. That was a good call out. Like, we got a lot of good feedback because of that, and even the judges were like, you know, they were humbled by the matter, and you know, cool with most of them. I don't know one of them, but like Rex and Sonny, like, we're cool, and like they understood the assignment, and they knew what was up, and like even like Nero, it was Nero's event. And Nero stopped everything. He's like, yo, on some hip-hop shit right now, we have a call out. Like, everybody clear the floor. And I think that there is like, and I know there's people who might feel indifferent, especially as the dance progresses, the culture progresses, that there's certain shit that's like, like, I don't have to do this. Like, what purpose does it serve? Or on the flip side, they're like, okay, you called them out and you beat them, now what? They're going to go back to judging. They're going to sit back down in the chair and continue judging the event. Like, what difference did you make? And I don't really think it's so much about, like, stopping someone from judging or necessarily making a difference, as opposed to, like, making a statement, like you said.
Yeah.
You know, I'm making this known. I'm calling them out because of this. And it's an exchange. The same way that people be like, oh, whenever you're dancing in a cypher or whenever you're dancing in general, it's like an exchange of words without actual talking.
Yeah.
And I mean, the call out is the same thing. I mean, would people rather, as opposed to me calling you out, would you rather me just start fucking yelling and arguing with people and be like, your call was fucking whack, you don't know what you're doing,
right?
Causing a ruckus, like, there's got to be like a compromise somewhere. Like, people just be like, oh, you lost, like, take your L. And it's like, okay, I will, but if I strongly disagree and I want to call them out, or if I have issues with somebody,
yeah,
you know, maybe it's like not to the point where dance isn't gonna solve it, but maybe I have issues with enough with somebody that I need to take out this energy. You know what I'm saying? Like we can go at it, boom, boom, boom. We still don't have to like each other afterwards. It doesn't have to resolve the issue, but at least, you know, we can stop it there. We can go our separate ways. You know what I'm saying? Don't fucking talk to me. Don't look my way. And that's it. We're good.
Yeah. I feel that.
I feel like people have gotten to the point now in the dance scene where call out battles have become like this taboo thing, and it's like, oh, you want to waste our cypher time?
Yeah. Oh, you're disrespecting the event? No, bro.
Right. Like,
this is part of the culture. What you mean?
No, literally. You know, like, if we're gonna do this, like, let's do it. There can be a respectful ways of going about it, but at the end of the day, like, I feel like whenever people start being like, oh, you're disrespecting the event, you're disrespecting the space, like, you're taking some of the rawness away from it. And there needs to be obviously a little bit of restraint on how out of control shit gets, and knowing whenever it's like, okay, this is way beyond dance.
Yeah.
And continuing in this interaction is gonna end up in somebody fighting, or some shit.
Either talk it out or go outside fight.
Right. Go around back and handle that shit.
Sometimes you just gotta throw some hands.
Yeah. No, literally. And I think that that sort of passiveness has also caused like this stagnant feeling, or I don't want to say stagnant, because I still feel like dance is elevating, and it's grown a lot more than it has.
It feels like dancers are feels like you guys are like walking on eggshells. Like it's like a politics game. Like, people are like, I don't want to look like a hater if I call somebody out, so I'm gonna just stand myself. I'm gonna stand myself, and I'm gonna complain on the side of my friends.
Right. I don't want to be a sore loser. You know, I don't want to be viewed as a sore loser because I didn't agree and I didn't like that I lost, so I want to call out the judge.
Yeah. Or they'll be like, this is what dancers will do this. They'll be like, their friends come up to them and be like, yeah, man, you got robbed. Like, you should call the judges. They'll be like, you know, it is what it is.
Right.
It's like, you're clearly bothered, sir.
Right. Or get on social media afterwards and be like,
you write some cryptic message.
I don't really know about that judge. I don't really know about these calls, man. Shit looking kind of swindlish. Motherfuckers getting swindled.
They write on the notes, like the new notes feature on Instagram. It's like some type of like low key cryptic thing, but like, we know it's about the event that just happened yesterday. Like, come on, bro. We know what's up.
You know, and I don't think that call out should be as taboo as they feel.
I agree.
And I don't think it always has to be. And I talked about this, I don't know if it was on the episode with Keister, because there's 2 episodes that will never be shared because of the audio issues.
They're exclusives. Subscribe to our Patreon and then you can see them.
Nah. I mean, you know, if y'all want to hear a staticky ass fucked up ass audio, like, I'll drop them. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want to hear it, I'll drop it. But like, what the fuck was I even saying?
I don't know.
Wow, nice active listening.
No, well, you were saying that you were like, oh, I think I talked about this.
On the episodes with Soul and Ricky, about how a lot of people don't. I think it was with Ricky. A lot of people don't know how to be competitive and friendly, or not necessarily friendly, but like positively competitive. A lot of people, their competition comes with like
assholeness
and hate and anger, and it'd be like, that's why, and that, to circle back, that's why I think the whole exchange thing is weird, because it'd be like the energy sometimes be like, oh, I'm trying to come at you, but then it's like, hey, like, great exchange, and it's like, that was the energy in that. And I've even watched some and be like, this shit is fucking weird, bro.
I'm cringing a little bit.
like what you want to exchange with me, and then it's like you acting like we battling in the finals for $3,000 and you got bills past due.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, I forgot to actually tell you this. I'll show you the video later. I still got it. In Arizona, I was battling. We were battling against Sinjin and his team. And they had thrown a round. It was like it was kind of a boo-boo ass light feet round, right? So I was like, naturally, I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna get light. As I'm doing my round, Sinjin's like, we talked it out after. I apologize, but
he brought up Jones.
No. He was just like, he's like, that's not real light feet. It's not real light feet. And like I was light and I was getting hype. So in the middle of my round, I was like, suck my dick.
Jesus Christ. Hey man, you gotta be careful. You know, some niggas don't play that S&D shit.
I know. And so afterwards, the battle was over. I went to dap him up. Sinjin was like, he didn't dap me up. He was just like, he's like, yo, what'd you mean by S my D, huh? What'd you mean? And I was like, my bad, bro. I was just apologized. I was like, you know what? You're right. I don't know why I said that.
Yeah, you gotta. You better chill, yeah, boy.
Not that I'm like, because like, you know, I'll fight if I need to fight. But if I can avoid it, if it was clearly something like I was out of pocket and maybe I need to chill, then I'll gladly, humbly apologize and say, you know, my fault. You know what I mean? And he was cool after. He's like, all right, you know. So I just want to make sure, like, you know, we're good. But that was funny. But yeah, I thought about that because of you were talking about being competitive without
the hatefulness and the not crossing that line. You know what I'm saying? Like I
got a little hype.
You could bring that battle energy. You could bring the and I don't want to say like you can't be aggressive or like overly aggressive, but you can bring like that aggression, that battle energy, like that tension without being disrespectful and crossing that line. And somebody who does that really well, like just thinking off the top of my head, is Kid. Kid is a battle head. Like that is a motherfucker that, all right, you get in the field with him, like it's no bars held.
Yeah. He doesn't care either who you are.
Yeah, bro, and it's like, I don't know, but I think that's why now and back whenever we were coming up, you know, call out battles and shit like that, were a lot of it was kind of like what I'm describing now, like crossing the line, hella toxic. There's like genuine hate for people, and you didn't even really know why. Like, why do I hate this person? You know what I'm saying? Like, or a dislike, and it's like, why do we even not like them?
It was like a lot of it came from like previous, like if you're on a crew, like the older heads that had previous beef in the past with like this other crew, and then it just kind of inherits to the next generation for no reason, but they don't really know why.
Yeah, it just be like, yeah, you just hear them be like, yeah, we don't fuck with them, or I don't fuck with this person, and be like, oh, this person has a crew. It's like, well, we don't fuck with them. Yeah,
like with the strange Central Florida, South Florida beef. That's like, that shit should be long dead by now.
And no, it really, and you know what? Shout out to Dana, shout out to Mitch and Rogue, and all the people who have been coming up to Central Florida and just kind of like building and rekindling the relationship within Florida, and you know, all those people, you know, it's not just them, but like everybody who's, especially some of the younger people like Happy, who are coming up more, you know, because it's cool to see us all at one event and not once every few years, you know, because it really is crazy to think that as a state we really could have massive events. Like all of our events could really be massive.
Oh yeah, bro.
If everybody pulled up to everything, you know. I mean, we in the middle, so it's easier for us to say that. Like I don't really expect niggas from Jacksonville to. I mean, they do though, especially for the Crump stuff. Go all the way down to Miami, like that's a hike. But
that's part of the reason right now what I'm trying to do is I'm out in Cleveland until January. On a teaching gig, but while I'm out there, I've been connecting a lot with the scene, some of the dancers out there, trying to show them a little bit of flavor Florida and inspiring them to hopefully come to Florida more often. My goal is to make it pretty common for people from the East Coast up north to also come down to Florida for events, because it's pretty cheap round trip tickets to like Ohio and Florida. You know what I mean? Like you probably spend more on gas driving to Miami to be honest, sometimes.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to make that a thing. I just feel like the scene in general, it's like, dude, it's so frustrating. We have so much potential, and it's like we got to get out of our own way to really maximize this shit. Like the next generation, because I'm gonna keep dancing till the wheels fall off. You know what I mean? But I'm also in the process of trying to build something that we can continue to grow, make these events bigger. You see these events happening in other countries, and you're like, damn, man, like we need that over here.
Yeah, I was talking to Soul last week. I was saying how a lot of, like, since COVID, unfortunately, we've had such a decrease in events, such a decrease in attendance and just people being part of the scene. You know, shit happens. People are like, okay, COVID, I can't really attend this stuff. They start getting into other shit or move on with their lives, whatever. And that didn't, I mean, it's not like I hadn't thought about it before, but it didn't really hit me until like we were sitting there talking about it, and the difference between a lot of the people coming up now and us was like, nigga, we had an event every weekend.
Yeah.
Every weekend we were, and that's just like here in Florida, you know, and it was like, all right, go. You know, you're always seeing these people. There was a lot of people too, but you're always seeing all these people and y'all are just going at it. And I think that plays a big role in I think the exchange, call out battle, toxic. I think COVID kind of like helped change from this whole toxic and like the whole toxic masculinity thing that happened and is happening, kind of shifted people away. But like I said before, I feel like it just went from one end of the spectrum to the other end, and like now you just have a lot of fake love happening, like very openly, and it's just weird to me because I'm the type of person that's like, I can be around you and like, I don't like you, you know what I'm saying, but I don't have to be like fucking, you know what I'm saying, like, oh, don't touch me, oh, you know what I'm saying, like I can be around someone and not like them and it just be that, you know, and that's it, for the sake of like being in the community and being at events and it being a safe space and it feeling comfortable for everybody. Like I'm not gonna go out of my way to make nobody uncomfortable because I got my own shit going on, and that's a lot of energy, bro. Like the fact that people think that, I mean, there are people who do that, but the fact that people think that there are individuals who think that I would or I do that, you know what I'm saying, going out of my way to make somebody uncomfortable, bro, I'm not doing that shit. I got no energy. I ain't looking at your ass, you know what I'm saying, like. Also,
it's okay if we're not friends in the scene. It's all right. You know what I mean? Like we don't have to, just because we have the same classes together in high school doesn't mean that we're friends. I just got math with you, you know, I'm in third period. Like that's another thing too, is like people have this like this misconception that like, oh, because you and I dance, like we're friends. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean like I don't have to hate you. I don't have to I probably don't even dislike you, but like we don't really know each other. And it's not but people mistake that as like beef, like, oh, you got a problem with me because like you don't want to come to my birthday party. And I'm like, nah, like I just don't know you like that. Like I don't feel like going to your birthday party.
I don't know you. Maybe based off of the interactions in passing, I don't really fuck with you like that. Yeah. And that's okay. Right. You know what I'm saying?
It's not
like,
bad.
If there's people who don't fuck with me and like my personality and the way that I am, that's okay. I'm not your cup of tea. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's perfectly fine. And if there's something that now it's a difference if there's something that I do and it makes somebody feel away and it's not a healthy thing, then be like, okay, I'm adult enough to like look within and be like, okay, you know, maybe I shouldn't do this because if it's making this one person uncomfortable or whatever, then maybe it makes other people uncomfortable. Right. And then maybe I'll just start taking surveys and being like, does this bother you? Does this bother you? It's just them? Okay, well, you know what I'm saying? We're we're not compatible, so it's cool. Like, you can stay the fuck over there and I'll stay the fuck over here.
Right.
We'll be good. But I want to go back to the call out thing, because the reason that I asked
That was crazy.
the reason that I asked was because there was something else that had happened, and I can't remember exactly what, but whenever I had just watched a battle with, go ahead.
That's okay.
You want to come say what's up, Dolly?
Of course.
All right, come on.
Of course.
My boys licked it. You licked my Minnie Mouse.
Say yo.
Oh, stop it. You can have one. It's doing this. You too big. You too small. You too wear my Minnie Mouse. Oh, zombie.
Dolly, say yo.
Yo.
Originally, it was because I watched a battle. It's a call out battle. The Rex versus this crumper named Biggie. And what I wanted to ask was, hey, y'all know I'm finna run the clip because this shit's so goddamn funny, boy.
Hell no!
If you call someone out, right, and you mess up or fall, like, is that it? Is that the end of the battle right there? Like, you've lost. This is done.
Yeah. Yes. I can't.
There's no redemption.
No, it's automatic L. Yeah, bro, because it's like you've like lost the momentum. That's like, bro, this is no different. Like, if you got into a fight, I mean, it might be a little different if you get into a fight, but I feel like if you get into a fight, like if you get off the bus at school and you're like, yo, we're going to run it right now, and before you guys even, or like in the middle of the fight, you just trip and fall over, I feel like you lost. That's a knockdown.
Yeah, but if you get a knockdown, so like, all right, in a fight, if you get knocked down, I don't mean you automatically lost the fight.
Well, that's why I was like, oh, maybe it's different for fighting, because like I'm trying to defend myself. If we're fighting and I fall over, like, give me a second. Let me get up. Wait, I'll be like, time out.
Give me a second is crazy.
Just letting you guys know, like, if you're watching and we happen to get into a fight and I fall, like,
You better kick that nigga while he down. Fuck you talk about.
Time out.
Yeah, I'm finna give you time out, nigga. Lights out. Hey.
You know, yeah, in a call out, I feel like, who called out who?
Biggie called out
Rex?
Yeah. Biggie called out Rex.
I gotta see the clip. This sounds hilarious.
Rex, Biggie fell.
Oh man, that's tough. And I mean, crump culture is different too. Like, I don't know. I feel like if you fall, Crumpet's gonna be like, yo, I said you're done. Kind of like in Vogue, you get chopped.
No, okay. I was like, what do you mean by that?
Yeah, no, like when they were like, they'll have like their prelims or whatever, or whenever people are walking, and if that shit's trash,
Let's talk about that.
You're chopped.
Let's talk about that. The fact that, you know what I'm saying, in the Vogue scene, if your shit is trash, you're chopped. Like,
I love it.
I think
We need that.
that should be in every single format and style battle that there is. Like, if your shit is whenever you have 100+ signups, and even 45 seconds, be like, all right, this shit get the dragon, right? Let's do some quick maths. All right.
I thought you were gonna start a timer for 45 seconds. We're gonna sit here in silence. Like, y'all feel how long this is?
Hold on, because we can. You know what? We will.
Look at how awkward the silence is for 45 seconds. That's how it feels.
45 seconds.
Round.
No, facts, bro. You telling me? And we've all, any of us who are above your average dancer, or is like, you know, pretty good. We've all been there, you know. in some form or fashion. Like we were all not that good at one point.
Yeah.
You know, so like it's no shade, it's no hate or
It's
anything.
part of the journey, man.
Yeah, you know, like
part of the
it just comes with the
Let me
with the
show y'all my
struggle.
old clips, man.
Let me show y'all what 45 seconds of nothing feels like. All right.
I can't do this. Mm-mm. Someone's dancing badly for this long.
45. That's 45 fucking seconds, right? Of nothing.
Oh man, that is hard, bro.
And you want us to watch that, and that's like obviously 100 signups, 45 seconds each is an hour and 15 minutes. Obviously, like that whole hour and 15 minutes is not gonna be terrible, but like let's say 15, let's say like 30% of that is just not really that good. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a solid 30 minutes. It's got to be.
Yeah. And the thing is like you have these big events like Summer Dance, right? Where it's like they have 300 plus signups, 400 signups for certain categories, and people are going 2 at a time. You know, and I feel like if you have that many signups, like I honestly believe that sometimes people, if you're not for events like that, like if you're not at a certain level, you just shouldn't
tough.
enter.
That's tough though. Because who's the? It starts to like get borderline like gatekeeping. Like who's to say? How do we gauge? It would be different if like
It's hard, man.
It would be different if like all right, Summer Dance became an event that was a part of a league of events. And in order to enter Summer Dance, it's like the Elite Four, nigga. Yeah, you have to get a certain amount of points.
Right. You need all your Pokemon badges before you could do it.
Yeah, you would have to accumulate a certain amount of points over a period of time, you know, and you can get points by making it into the bracket, by like the further you make it into the bracket, winning, you get more points. So once you hit like the 10,000 point threshold, like 10,000 hours, 10,000 point threshold, it's like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Like you've obviously been in enough brackets and you've battled enough at these specific events that you can now be a part of this.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's kind of how the circuit is in Cleveland. Sam does a thing. It's a thing that I'm judging at Crowbar. They have different events. It's open styles, but it's categorized with different music. So the first one was all hip hop music, but it's open styles. This weekend is the same. It's open styles, but it's all house music. And if you win, you get like 4 points. If you're in the finals, you get like 3 points. Top 4 is like 2 points. Like the farther you make it, the more points you get, and then at the end of the entire circuit season, the number of points determines if you make it to the final bracket, which is pretty tight. I really like that concept a lot. So
yeah, you know what I'm saying, like yeah, more shit like that, because then it's like, okay, for these bigger events, and obviously like it's hard to implement that retroactively. And then obviously I've never been. You know, but I hear a lot of like the good part of it is just being in a space with all these different people. And I think that the appeal, it would lose, those kind of events would lose their appeal if not everybody could enter the prelim. Yeah. You know, so it kind of is like
I retract my statement. You can delete it.
I'm dead. But I do think stuff like that would be tight for a big event, you know, something of that caliber. Yeah. And I mean, that's low key kind of what Just Debut Gold is.
Oh yeah.
Now that I think about it,
but that's using the like people that have done Just a Boo in the past.
No.
No?
No.
They have a whole preliminary? Or like a accumulation?
Yeah, the app.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah.
With the points, with the rankings.
Yeah, but I still don't even understand like how I even. Oh, you have to go to like ranked events.
Yeah, essentially, and I feel like it just gotten to the point where it's like, okay, if it's an event that, like, if you win the event and you send it to them, that they will be like, okay, like, let's give them some points. And then they'll just kind of base it off of like, was it a local event? You know what I'm saying? Was it a nationwide event?
Dang,
size?
I should do that. I need to send them.
Was it an international event? Yeah, because I remember they sent me one for what the fuck was it? I feel like it was the Blue Jam.
It was the Blue Jam.
Yeah, like.
And then I had gotten points from Hot Zone last year.
Yeah, from the Blue Jam. Now it's just a local event. But I think the difference is, and the reason why some people aren't getting points is because they follow me, and so they're aware of certain shit. Whereas, you know, some people they're just not aware of, or, you know, haven't gotten caught on their radar yet, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But I think that concept is fire.
That is super dope. I like that a lot.
You know, it allows you to qualify for something as big as Just a Boo, which I'm excited to see how this next one is gonna be, whenever the fuck that is. Just a Boo.
Yeah, I really enjoy like the concept of like a rank system or like accumulating points and things like that.
Yeah, 'cause it fuels my fucking ego. But I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Like,
yeah, I mean,
it puts you in a status based off of like the effort and the time that you put in for shit. Like, it gives you something to show for it as outside of just like, okay, and I'm a dancer or I'm an artist and I've created this thing and this is what shows for, you know, my dance. But all of us are not artists.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, maybe in a sense, but like, I don't feel like the artistic type of person where it's like, these are my works of art that I have to show for it.
Yeah.
Whereas having been ranked in the top 20 or top 10 or top 5 at a point in time is like,
yeah,
I could be old and be like, listen, you know, your father was ranked top 10 between these years and these years,
right,
or top 20 in the world from these years to these years. Like,
it just adds like an athletic element to it, like where you feel like, because there are dancers that because dance is an art, but I feel like with the competition aspect as a battler, you know what I mean, like we see ourselves as athletes, you know what I mean, we train in a certain regiment in a way that an athlete would, you know, we get our stamina up, we go to the gym, we train in our body control, our quality of movement, you know what I mean, like these are things that we take into consideration to make sure that we are putting ourselves in the best position to win or make it far.
Listen, if martial arts
is a sport, yeah,
and they can have rankings, nigga, I want a fucking ranking.
Yeah.
I don't even, maybe I won't like my ranking. You know what I'm saying? I could be number 12,000. It's like playing a video game. I could be number 12,692.
Yeah.
And it'd
but
be
it doesn't
like,
mean you're not good at the game.
right. It'd be like, fuck. But then you'd be like, all right, 6,000 or 12,000 out of 300,000. I'd be like, okay, that's not bad, but still, like, nigga, can we get down to like sub 1,000? Top 100, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel that.
But it gives you something a little bit more tangible to work towards as well. Outside of just like, oh, I would like to be viewed as one of the best, like stats don't lie.
I wanted to create a tier ranking. Like if
I feel like
if it's not a specific number, like
I feel like creating a tier ranking though is much more difficult, and it leaves so much more room for issues. Like,
really?
Yes.
I just feel like it's broader. So it's like, because it's like, what? Okay, how come this person is number 365 and I'm 364?
Because they've
You know what
won.
I mean?
They've gotten to this extra event. They spent more time going to more events, or they've won more events.
But it would have to. I feel like with points like that, you'd have to determine like, okay, how do these points work? Like, if I win, do I?
I
get
don't
10?
really
That's
feel like
dependent on
I really don't feel like it's that difficult. You know what I'm saying? You separate it based off of a local, national, international, right?
Mm-hmm.
Local winners, let's say you get like 10 points, and then top 16 or whatever, you get 1 point or 2 points or whatever the case may be. National winner, you get 50 points. International winner, you get like 100 points.
Yeah.
And you break it down like that, and that's like the simplest, based off of like, okay, if a international event has top 32, if you make top 32, you might get like a very small amount of points, and each point that you make it further into the bracket, you get more points, and the winner gets, you know, this amount of points. And it's simple. Like, I feel like that's a very simple, straightforward way of doing it. It's a point system. These particular events, obviously, like, you know, people are going to be like, oh, well, I won this event here and I won this event here. And it's like, well, it's not part of this league.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like, you could be a professional soccer player and then go play like a pickup game of soccer and be like, oh, well, I won this. Why is it not on my record? And it's like,
Yeah.
nigga, you were playing at a high school.
You went to the high school park and you played.
Right.
You won.
You know, it's not a part of this official league. And I feel like something like that would be, oh my fucking gosh.
Yeah.
And I know people will be like, and I hate a motherfucker that does this. I'd be like, well, why don't you create it? Well, because then I can't participate.
Bro, I said the same thing to Alvin when I was over there. I was like, because he was asking me about time is money. And I'm like, bro, I love time is money, but I wish I could just compete in my own shit because of the idea. I'm like, I wish someone else had these cool ideas so I could just participate.
Yeah, bro. Like, I hate that as like, it's one thing if it's a solution to a problem that's like, oh, how do we fix this? Okay, I'll go out and do this. Even like, oh, becoming a DJ, okay, like all the DJs be like, oh, the DJs aren't playing good shit. And they'd be like, okay, well, why don't you become a DJ? And it's like, okay, I will. Then I become a DJ and I can't dance to my fucking good shit in battles. Like, what do we?
I feel like you. If it's an annual thing, right? Like the league, if events are predetermined farther in advance of like, okay, this event's happening in, you know, the middle of the year. This is going to be like in March, or like all these different events around the country, and they're marked as like these are league ranked events. Then I feel like people should be able to participate.
I feel like it's a conflict of interest.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, because you're selecting what events are.
Yeah,
you'd be
or if
selecting
you're
what
like
events
on
are.
the board, you know, you have ties to people. Maybe like there's certain judges that are certified to judge these events so that it has a little bit more credibility.
Yeah, that's a
shit
good
like
point.
that. Then
Right.
it's like, oh, what's stopping you from just being like, hey,
it gives you a
get
little
me
bit-
in there.
Gives you a little bit of an advantage. Yeah, that's right. You're right.
You know.
Well, if you guys are listening, if you're not really competing like that, just take this idea. This is the blueprint. Make it happen.
Yeah, Sam, make that shit happen, bro.
Right, Sam, you don't even battle anymore.
Right, make that shit happen. All right, because I'm trying to get up in the league, nigga.
I'm about to send him this, and I'm sending him this exact clip.
This shit getting posted on Instagram.
Tagging him.
Yeah, man. I think we can end it there. It's been like an hour. It's a little bit less than an hour because of the breaks.
It's good talk.
But yeah, you know, so if y'all have any comments, any opinions, anything that you think we said that was fucking stupid, you know what I'm saying? Let us know. Let me know. Share it. Actually, if you think the shit that we were saying is fucking ridiculous,
Call me out.
No, and share it with your friends. You know what I'm saying? Send it to all your friends and have them send it to each other and watch it. And then share it to your story. You're going to laugh at me. Laugh at us at the stupid shit that we were saying, because I'm trying to get, you know what I'm saying, get the views, and then like it. You know what I'm saying? Like the fact that you dislike it. Don't dislike the video. Like it because you disliked what we had to say. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And then throw your comment in there too. After you share it with everybody and you're in your group chats talking like, bro, this nigga Dante's so stupid. Bro, this nigga they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Put that in the comments too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to argue. And then
And then if you see me, call me out in the cipher. You know what I'm saying? It's real hip hop shit. What's
Right.
up?
We can exchange insurance information.
Insurance info is crazy.
But as always, man, you already know what the fuck going on. We out of here. Unwind Your Mind, Sweet Talks. Peace.